How is it going, everybody? My name is Copyright, and today we are gonna look in a three-colored angel deck, as Russ Hilton, I think was the name, if I remember it correctly, asked me today, and it was just a coincidence because I was currently building also this deck about some angel stuffs. This is a three-colored, but I will talk about the coloration or the mana base a little bit later because it's actually a two-colored. We just splashed blue for our Linvala, and this is a three-colored angel synergy deck where we try to do some interesting stuff with our angel that I haven't seen somebody playing similar deck or something like this, but also the idea, because what I want to achieve is basically with Linvala to produce a one-sided board wipe, to constantly keeping the board from my opponent clean, but my board should stay there. And this is what Linvala can do, because without spending any mana we can just sacrifice Linvala and give our creatures hexproof or indestructible. Hexproof is of course amazing against Easy-to and all these bounce spells. If you give hexproof against divide by 0 or something like this, you definitely have an upper hand, because Linvala we can recover also from graveyard, but there are also some other small synergies. Also here may be really important, if I would explain all the synergies it will just take ages, so let's just take a look in these two clips that I want to show you how much we can do with this deck and what was the base idea behind this deck. Let's check it out. So basically we can board wipe and recover our creatures all over again, and this is where we catch our opponent in a loop, where the opponent is almost, let's say, chanceless, right? He has no chance to do anything. But as I said, if I would explain everything, all the synergy in this deck, it will take too long time. This is why in the gameplay part, almost every card we will draw, I will tell you something about it and where it synergizes with other cards, because there is almost with everything some sort of synergy. You see here maybe we have the Enrica and Edgar, they have a synergy. Lisa has an amazing synergy also, for example, with Enrica, because every time if something is dying, you put it from the graveyard into your hand and then you can... So there is really much happening. You see also we have here one of Enduring Angel, because she saved me one time a game, and I thought at the beginning she was just a test. Same test as I tested the zombie creature. Here this one, Drought Necromancer, that I also really much like, but I want to build a different deck with him, so you will see him also definitely coming up later. And if you have him and you want to play him, definitely you can put him in and remove 2 Edgars, and what did I remove? 2, I think 1 Valkyrie. I had 2 Valkyries, 2 Henricas and 3 of this Necromancer, because he basically, whenever you kill something from opponent or whenever opponent's creature dying, you gain this creature in the sideboard, let's say, where you can play it with any snow mana. This is why you see we have a lot of snow, and I started with this deck like this. And then later on I discovered some anti-synergy stuff with him, and this is why I decided to remove him. He's still in my picture here, you see maybe, but definitely a deck with him will come later on. Also, if you want to go more competitive, Lolth is an amazing card here, because of course, again, if we sacrifice Linvala, not only it puts a counter on Lolth, but also it prevents the dying of other creatures. and you can go in with the creatures because they have menace. So this is also really cool. For example, if you want to remove Enduring Angel and go more competitive, add Lolth. If you add Necromancer, small info, remove Vanishing Verse, because then you need to go with Infernal Grasp, because he doesn't trigger on the exile ability of the Vanishing Verse, and this is our 4 spot removals, Bloodshift Thirst, Vanishing Verse. But he is really great with Blood on the Snow, because you can Blood on the Snow if he's on the board and take him back again. Every creature that dies gains this counter that you can replay them, right? So you will have the creatures and have your Necromancer in the sideboard, and then the next upkeep you can play all the creatures from the exile that Necromancer exiled. This is really cool synergy with Blood on the Snow, for example, but also Path of Peril has similar synergy, just that if you cast it for 3, all creatures with 1 or 2 mana value, you can recast them from the exile. This is also really cool. And fun interaction with Lisa and Necromancer, if somebody didn't knew it. If these two are on the board, because both says that whenever a creature and opponent die, you exile it. Just Lisa says that you just exile it, and Necromancer says you exile it and put a snow counter on it. If both are on the board, the Necromancer still get this 1 snow counter that you can recast a creature, so you just not re-exile it. So this synergy is also there if you wanna play it. It's not like that Lisa's ability neutralize Necromancer's ability, because this is a little bit unclear when what's happening, but this is the information for you. Yeah, for the mana base, as I said, we are mainly Orzhov. This is why we have all 4 pathways, and the rest is basically filled with snow, except our Sanctum and one of the black-blue pathway. We have 1 island, because we have, of course, access to our sideboard Environmental Science with our Eye Twitch, and this is why we have 1 of it, and the rest is basically just snow for Blood on the Snow, of course, and before it was snow for our Necromancer. But Necromancer deck, we will talk about it next time when I make a video about him. Yeah, guys, this is so far for the intro. Let's get into the gameplay, and as I said, there will be a lot of information in the gameplay. Stay tuned, and I hope I will draw the cards that I want to showcase you. So let's get right into it. Here we go with our first opponent, Tommy Tao, 23. He's like David Beckham. And this is the first thing I want to tell you, definitely really important with this deck. Always have a black untap spell, or a black untap snow, I'm sorry, land, and something on turn 1, Eye Twitch, Zombie, or Bloodshift Thirst. Here, for example, we are on the draw, Blood on the Snow will, oh, Blood on the Snow, what's wrong with me? How it calls the 1 mana removal that you can kick for 4. You know what I mean, Bloodshift Thirst, I think it was, yeah, here it is. Literally, here it is. So if you're on the draw, Bloodshift Thirst is a little bit better than Eye Twitch, but here it looks like it's a mirror matchup, or let's say mirror matchup in Orzhov Snow, and we are 3 colored snow. Oh no, it's called Gary Snow. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. And here, for example, about the tap lands, I wanted to tell to the people, so let's first attack, let's see what opponent does, nothing. There is always this question, when do I play the tap land, right? Right here, right now, I know that on 3 I want to play Redain, because my opponent has most likely this enchantment that removes something, like as a spot removal, then draws cards and stuff in the Golgari colors. I want to tax it with Redain, but I also want to tax the snow permanents, because they enter the battlefield tapped with Redain. This is a sub thing that some opponents maybe, and it looks like my opponent has definitely some removal spells. This is why I'm gonna play my first Redain here. Otherwise, I will maybe think about playing Valkyrie from Michael into Legion Angel and go full on Angels, like that we are straight gaining life and stuff. And you see the land comes in tap because of Redain. This is an interaction that not often seen, but you need to analyze the opponent's deck as good as you can. I think he has this enchantment for 4 mana that removes something, a spot removal, but also he... Okay, Soul Shatter. That's not bad. I will repeat the process, and now because we drew our zombie, it's even better, because now we still can play Redain, and we can still play Ghast, and the opponent still needs to deal with all of it. And the funny part of it is about this deck in general against other midrange or controlish type of decks. As soon as they finish dealing with Eye Twitch, Ghast, and all this pee-pee-puppy, right? we start dropping our angels and we are like boom, 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 right? We are snowballing all these things into each other. And opponent needs to deal with Red Dane first before he can cast maybe some Blood on the Snow or some shenanigans. And we will see what our opponent wants to do, will do. Natomitao takes his time. By the way, Toridice, cheers. I'm drinking some cheap whiskey. I mean cheap, $20 is okay. But we were talking today in Discord about whiskey. And by the way, if you are not in the Discord and you want to join it, you are invited and welcomed. You can just chill there and look in our index. You think opponent has something? I mean, this is what, 4, 5, 6 damage? Of course, let's play it. Yeah, bro, you took your time on your turn, I can take time on my turn. And then we go. And then we go. Linvala, I will feel safer with Linvala because most likely opponent has some sweepers, but because of Redane I feel a little bit more safer, right? Because the sweepers cost much more. Yeah. Okay, here we go. How much he could pay for it? 1, right? 1. Because of Redane tax, as soon as he pays 4, he needs to pay 6, and he could not have played 6. So yeah, good game. Let's check out another one. So our second opponent is Hyde. Hyde, my friend, Hyde. And again, to the opening hand, this is what I wanna stress more often than not. Always have a black untap land and something black to play. If you have amazing hand, like amazing hand, but there is no 1-drop, but you have an untap-black source, keep it, because if you are especially on the draw, you maybe draw something like Ghast or Eyetwitch, right? So here we go again, and this is again untap into Ghast, and then most likely I will play Ice Tunnel, because we need more black sources, right? And here, for example, it's just white and looks maybe like a Zorius control. We will see. Never played against the Zorius control, to be honest. I played against a lot of aggro decks, werewolves, and okay, you are also 3-colored. Not bad, not bad. How is this color combination called, by the way? What I'm playing and what he's playing, I forgot it. I am not. I mean, I love 3 colors, but my most loved 3-color decks are definitely. Should we show it to opponent? No, I don't think so, right? But I also want to have my white source. Because next turn I can play already Valkyrie. It's okay, let's play white source. Let's go in, let's see opponent doesn't want to trade. Oh, obviously, because he can produce 2 damage, I can produce only 1. Okay, opponent refills, he sent already. Where did all his hearts go, by the way? Okay. So now is the question. I think my opponent has some sort of removal, right? Now is the question, do I play Valkyrie and I have nothing to follow up on, or do I set up my Edgar? Because if I play this untapped, I can play Valkyrie, right? If I play this tap, I can set up the Edgar. And this is what I think I'm gonna do, because I expect at least a mid hook or even something worse. And for 4 mana, I don't really look for something to exile. This is why Vanishing War is gonna stay here. I'm gonna attack. And then we're gonna play the Eyetwitchy. And Eyetwitchy give us access to the sideboard too. Okay, this is amazing. Opponent tap out the blue mana, and this is what I was a little bit scared, because if Edgar hits the board, it's really difficult to remove him if you don't have an exile spell. I mean, he has a lot of access to the sideboard, so he obviously can take some sideboard cards out to kill everything he wants to kill. But we drew our sweeper, so this is already really good. And let's attack first, see what our opponent wants to do. No, he doesn't want. Okay, then we play Edgar, my friend. We play Edgar and then just chill. Just chill. Okay, pass summoning, it's okay. My opponent most likely needs to learn again. Here he goes. He learns now for the exile spell, but for exile spell he needs creatures on the board, right? This is why Path of Peril. Okay, here this spell he doesn't need creatures on the board. I thought he will take something else. Do I have a way to save it? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. This is why if they kill it now, it's on the upkeep. So let me put like this and like this. No. No. This is wrong. I wanna cast you for double black, so I need you as a blue source, you as a... doesn't matter, because here I'm gonna take a white source. We have now 2 angels, maybe we can even double spell them. Play the angels. And I'm gonna pop some tax. Add some treasures. And go in for 4. And next turn my opponent most likely will exile Edgar. He should, definitely. Then we can start popping up off with our Valkyries. And this is actually a pretty good draw, because I think now we can double spell. Yep. We do, bros, we do. So let's go and see if opponent has a sweeper. No, just a professor. Okay, professor, it's the 4th one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, shuffler is fine. 4 cards, or 4 professors. Okay, and... oh, height! Not bad, not bad. And Redain is an amazing draw too. I mean, it's not a draw that gives me the ++x+x, right? Like where I have 27 life. But it gives me a lot of protection. I can or use it as shield, or use Redain as a creature. And there is also a funny interaction. If you use Redain first in the beginning and then you draw Lisa, when Redain dies, she goes to your hand and you can replay her as a shield. So this is also really interesting interaction. I used it often because against aggressive decks you want to play her out. Against mono white Snow, for example, Snow lands come in tapped. They attack you with the Elite Spellbinder. And then if you have Elisa on the board, you can block the Elite Spellbinder, take Redain back, bam, play it out as a shield, and then mono white sits there and suck on the thumb, right? So let's check another one out. So here we are against Malakail. Malakail? Why is your name so familiar? Did I just not play against you? Wait. No, I don't think. Yeah? No? No. This hand, you go first, and again, black land, 1 drop, right? We keep it. And that we don't have blue mana, it's okay, because iTwitchy, if it doesn't get exiled, we can get environmental science and look for the 1 drop. Okay, it gets exiled, my friend. But here is a blue source. Now let's go in. Let's go in, and then we're gonna play Linvala. Okay, opponent doesn't wanna, you know what, right? You as a black, and then we go in, and then we're gonna just chill, right? We're gonna just chill. Just chill, and now he will try most likely to exile it. Skyclave Apparition, I will prevent this. I wanna... oh no, Partition, guys, bro, nice. I like when people play something else in the rank. And this is actually also a really good draw. The land is really good. We're gonna chill. I think right here I am not the aggressor. This is definitely a second spell. Spirit aggressive type of decks, and I think they also run Skyclave Apparition. Okay, now opponent maybe even double spell here. Okay, bro, chill. Blood on the Snow is waiting for you. And with Enduring Angel, it's not only a meme. Against some decks, you literally want to go to 0, and then that transform it and then start getting life. For example, with Lisa. And her, of course, because she will get lifelink. As soon as it transformed, it's a flying creature, and it has power equal to my total of life, but I will get 3 life, so it will be a 3/3 flyer with lifelink, right? Oh no, without lifelink. Whenever she attacks, you double your life total. This was it. This was it. And it means when I attack, it will be 6. Then we deal damage for 6. And then if we have also Lisa on the board, we have then 10. Because Lisa has also lifelink. And then it just snowballs out of it. Next attack step, we get 20. She's a 20/20 flying creature and give me hexproof. So there are some cool possibilities, definitely. Malachi looks like he is... yeah. And here, as soon as we hit Lisa on the board, it's over. It's game over for my opponent. There is almost nothing he can do. We can just chill, wipe the board, get Limbala back, wipe the board, Limbala back. Yeah, like literally. If this come up now, if opponent has nothing to offer, I have all the mana, right? Yeah. And from here on, opponent has a really difficult time. Because now if I sacrifice my Limbala, she will go to the graveyard, but Lisa will bring her back. And this is how the cookie rolls. Oh, Catilda, bro! That's nice! And let's see. What does our opponent wants to do? You want to attack with something? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay. And on this spot, I'm gonna give hexproof. A simple reason for it, he can blink this one. Because he has 2 mana open, and maybe he has something, right? I mean, if he has something, he could also bounce it right now. And I'm not sad if I Twitch dies, because the same happens with iTwitch and Lisa. And you see how it goes, right? And we're gonna go with... We have a lot of lands. I mean, this is not a big deal. Card draw, we cannot draw cards. Currently we have more cards. But sure, let's take some other sources here out. And Lisa, give me my creature back. Let's see. If our opponent maybe has divide by 0 or something like that. So let's play you for black. Let's play Lisa first. Or Lisa Limbala, I mean, of course. Let's play you. And you. I played land right now. This is why I didn't... catch it with environmental science. And here we're gonna chill and prevent my opponent from gaining life, because Limbala can sacrifice herself before Catilda deals any damage, so opponent cannot gain life. Okay, you wanna grow your Stonebinder, or what was the trick here? Like, why? Discard a card. Well, because it's Catilda, okay. He doesn't want another Catilda, but he can enchant now something. And this is okay. What? Why? This is not the smartest play. Guys, don't do this play if you are on this place of my opponent. And we sacrifice you. Give hexproof. Doesn't really matter right now, right? Opponent has nothing. Okay, now we can play you. Gain a black source. Play you. Play you again. And you. And next turn I think I'm gonna sweep, because I wanna start attacking. So I will give my opponent 17 lives now. If he attacks. Looks like he doesn't want to attack. He looks for a solution. But it's okay. Okay. Clarion Spirits. Sure. And we're gonna gain some life, and we're gonna learn a little bit. Pass. This is all okay. This is all okay, my friend. Oh, it's even a synergy with his thingy boomby. You know what I mean, right? Mine turn. And here we go with our combo. You make like this. Then you say indestructible. Then you go like this. Destroy all creatures. Then you take her back. And this is how it rolls. And we can repeat it even the next time. So as soon as we draw some removal. But that's good, that's good, that's good. How do you like this combo? How do you enjoy it? Mala, thank you for staying at least as long as you stayed. So let's jump into the next one. It's a little bit weird that we won't win again. This deck is definitely has above 50% win rate, but not as like representation right now that we win 3 games in a row. Usually you win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, something like this, right? As long as I was testing, and the rank I lost when I was testing the dragons. You remember maybe my dragons deck, because I experiment a lot. But let's check another one out. So our 4th game, the Menta. Menta, and again, 4th game in a row, and I hope it will be another win, and I can clickbait the hell out of the video and say undefeated 3 colors angels. Again, Antep source, Antep black source, and black 1-drop. Amazing. Just really, really important. Also 2 white sources for our Lisa. We don't need to worry a lot about the white getting white. And in general, the mana, as I said, the mana is really smooth. You can even remove this pathway because, as I said, the most value or the most time we get the blue source is or a treasure or the eye twitch dice and their mental signs search the blue island, like right, the snow island. So this is the most time we're getting our blue if we have Limbala and we need to play it. Okay, opponent looks like another. Should I make him scared? Because if I play now this one as a blue source and put here 1, 2, he will think that I have now not the deadly dispute, the Javari disruption if he plays something. And then he will be, look, you see, it's stopping. I do nothing, it's stopping, I need to click to resolve. Because now he thinks Javari disruption, I need to play around it, right? And the semi-coloration. Let's see. Okay, let's see if opponent will play around it. And I think Jessica is incoming. This is why I think Redane is a better choice here. And now again the same. Oh no, now we don't need to because we don't have open mana. Otherwise, maybe if opponent is smart enough, he will see the bluff, right? That you are bluffing, and maybe understand it. Enrica we cannot play currently. Looks like opponent wants to trade. Are you some sort of coma shenanigan deck? Looks like it, right? Okay, then you give me the chance to play my Enrica and sacrifice some of your comas. Okay, the land tapped against no land. You see? Synergy! Synergy! Foretell! Oh, this is... Oh no, coma, I cannot exile. I thought it's almost a clean answer for... I will do so much. I would like to do so much. I don't want to waste a treasure for Enrica. Currently, she has maybe just a value of draw a card. I think Valkyrie makes him the most scared as soon as I drop my Lisa. And this way we keep our Vanishing Verse just in case opponent has something crazy in his mind. Okay, 5 mana. Let's see. Definitely interesting. I think Simic is a little bit underplayed. A Dragon Zoo. How much ward do you have? 4. 2, 3. I cannot play the ward currently, but but I can play you. Si, senor. And then I can say each player sacrifice a creature. And do I have mana for Lisa next turn? Yes. This is why I wanna sacrifice you and you. Sometimes Enrica 4 mana removal spell, right? Against this sort of dragon, I take it. I take it. Anytime. Now opponent has only 4 mana, even if he has Jessica Chariot. It's difficult something to do, and now we are starting gaining life, producing damage. And let's see if opponent is sick of it or he has some sort of answer. This could be maybe same the name, Epiphany. All round Epiphany. And it's the card that the most people are annoyed with. I mean, sure, you can ban it. I'm okay. I'm okay. Izzet is annoying, of course, but mono white is also annoying, guys. And if they ban, like, I don't know, what should they ban? That mono white and Izzet change to something else. And if it changes to something else, other decks will come. To be in a situation, I don't know, I think it was like 2000, maybe 18, where Magic Standard was really like balanced and nice to play. There was a lot of different decks you encounter. The main deck that was played back then, I think, was mono red aggro, right? It was the one and only constant played deck that I encountered. Are you a giant deck? Oh, you are a cool one, huh? You are a cool one. I think you're dead next turn if I see it right. But he has mana open, and this could be divide by 0. Divide by 0 on the Lisa, maybe. Or Redane. Okay, let's go. I mean, this I don't care to play, right? Sure. Coma? Coma incoming? I could have won for this play, just because I was scared of divide by 0, and divide by 0 would have more value. I could play Lisa, to sacrifice the Lisa, because they're legendary, sacrifice the Lisa that I didn't, like, that will summon sicknesses, and then my Valkyrie will still give me life to handle it. Like, to kill him, right? But I was scared of divide by 0. I thought, okay, I will give another run, another turn, and then we will see now. If opponent has something, we will see how much he has, right? Good game, I think, right? Nah? Menta? Yes! Good game, my friend. Undefeated, boys! Undefeated! Undefeated! And yeah, this is... as I said, let's be honest. Sometimes I had a run with this deck where I run like 3-4 games in a row winning, but then you usually play against a mono white deck or something that has almost all the answers, right? Because a lot of our creatures, for example, Edgar, get exiled by Skyclef Apparition. Our learned creatures get exiled by Portable Hall. So this is usually the games that loses you the game. But as Torridai said once, if a mono white has a perfect hand or a perfect draw or curve, there is almost no deck that can do something against it. And I think this is right. So this is, you saw here in the representation, we played a lot of versatile different decks, and this is what I like also about this deck, because you're not forced into some specific deck. For example, if you play mono green, you will encounter more mono white, Izzet, and all the meta decks, right? But if you play this sort of decks, I feel like I play a lot of versatile decks that my opponents are running. I think this was a giant deck even, some weird giant synergy deck with the Desert Doom. And yeah, there you see, of course, of how our Enrica took over the whole situation with the Doom. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you stayed so long, definitely thank you very, very much. I really appreciate the support, and you guys motivate me every day to make something really, really cool. The last few days were a little bit stressful. I had a lot of work to do, but now I hope towards the Christmas I have a little bit more time to give you a little bit more of my my brews, my deck ideas, what I have, and there is definitely a lot of things to come, so stay tuned in. Thank you for supporting me, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.